So the very first tip that we're going to go over is probably the most important one, and that's potion stacking. And it goes hand in hand with these 3 potion items, which is the strong stone skin potion and the normal stone skin potion, as you can see here. And I'm only mentioning this even though it's very simple. I see a lot of people make this mistake even in diamond, and it blows my mind how often I see it actually. Basically, potion stacking works by having one potion directly under another one and flipping it in a way where they are connecting and mixing. When this happens, that means the bottom potion now has the item effect and properties of the one above it. This is very useful for doubling the item effects or even activating items like the stone skin potion. Because currently the way everything is set up, if I went to battle and I had all my other weapons here, these 3 potions right here, these armor potions, let's call them armor potions, will not activate at all. Because the requirement for the stone skin potion to activate is you need to have at least 20 armor. Same for the strong stone skin potion as well. You need at least 20 armor, and we just don't have enough armor in here to generate that. But with potion stacking, if I place this strong health potion under this other one, now when my HP drops below 50%, I will be consuming this one that has properties of both these stone skin potion and its original item effect. So drinking this will give me 18 health, 2 regen, and cleanse 4 poison, as well as giving me 35 armor in the process. And now that I have 35 armor, well, not 35 but 30 armor, now that I have 30 armor, these 2 potions will also activate. And I really like this because it's like a cool little workaround. I feel like I'm cheating the game even though it's a part of the game, where typically if you want to get at least 20 armor, you can get a lot of garlic or protected purses or just, you know, normal armor items like leather armor and holy armor and stuff like that. But this is kind of like you generating armor out of thin air, and I just really enjoy doing this. Just keep in mind though that with stone skin potions, you're actually losing 15 HP to get 30 armor. So in the grand scheme of things, you're only gaining an additional 15 protection, unless you have items that can regenerate your HP quickly. And you guessed it, health potions can do just that, as well as regeneration and vampirism. An easy way to remember everything I just said is just to pay attention to the colors inside the bottles to give you an idea what will happen when you consume them. If you're colorblind, I'm sorry. You just gotta know that the bottom potion will have whatever abilities the one above it has. And also make sure this blue animation is being shown, because it confirms that they are in fact mixing on top of the color changes for my colorblind people out there. Because let's say it's facing this way, awesome, it's mixing, and then you face it this way, it's no longer mixing, the blue animation isn't there, and the color change isn't there as well. So just pay attention to that as well. And I can show you that if you stack these potions in a certain way, you can possibly 3 times, 4 times, and even 5 times the amount of armor that these 3 just by themselves will give you. And that goes hand in hand with the second tip as well as the third tip. But before we get there, we'll just say the second tip is all about potion positioning. Basically, you have 2 ways to position your potions for them to activate each other. The most common and simple way is just to go right under each other. Everything just going under each other. Another way is just by having one potion lay horizontal like so, and then having 2 potions under it in the vertical way. Typically, people will love to stack potions in a way that boosts either armor or poisons the most, but that's typically not always the case. Let's say you have a bloodthorn, like right here, right? Bloodthorns can convert 1 regeneration into 1 vampirism and 1 spike. And this is very beneficial because for each spike and vampirism that you have, you'll deal an extra 1 damage. So typically the way I have this stuff set up, well, I guess I can do it. This won't be like the most optimal way, but it's just as an example. So basically the way I have everything set up here, I am maximizing my armor potions. And originally we only had 1, 2, 3 potions giving us armor. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potions giving us armor, meaning that we will be very tanky. And the cool thing about strong skin potions is that they give you 3 spikes for 3 seconds as well. So you would think, oh, this has to be the most optimal way for my build. depending on what you want to do, I wouldn't really say so, because we do have a Bloodthorn, and the cool thing is about strong health potions is that they give you 2 regeneration. So if you wanted to maximize regeneration, so instead of only having, let's say, 4 regenerations, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We now have 12 regenerations, meaning that our Bloodthorn would be hitting a lot more than, let's say, having 6 spikes for 3 seconds. And another thing is that yes, you'll have 6 spikes for 3 seconds, but once those spikes are gone, so are the amount of damage points that you're doing with your Bloodthorn. So if you want to just maximize damage with your Bloodthorn, this would probably be more optimal than the previous way that I showed you. Unless you run into a Ripsaw, and then you most likely will cry a little bit because Ripsaws will just take away regeneration and spikes altogether. But of course, this is just showing you guys an example that sometimes maximizing armor isn't always the go-to way. It just depends on what your build's set up for and what you want to do. And for the last tip, it's about potion belts. If you're going for a poison bomb, which is whenever you have a lot of potions stacking each other, then it's a good idea for you just to get it. These bad boys will give you a 30% chance to activate one of the bottles inside without consuming it, meaning it will give you a free potion trigger with no cost to you. If you could get 1 potion or flask onto 2 potion belts, which is what's happening with this one right here, as you can see in the description below, it'll just increase the chances of you getting a free potion trigger. If you have any questions about potions, leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm also going to be doing a tier list on them soon, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And if I miss any valuable information, someone else can feel free to comment down below to help other people in the backpack battle community. Till next time, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.